think in order to start anything like even remotely challenging or difficult, for example, I think about 3 years ago I started Muay Thai, right? And it took me about literally like a month of contemplation before I started my first session. I went with one of my friends, right? Like we weren't that close at the time, and then got a lot closer after that, right? But I met him at a party, and we got a lot closer, and we thought like, damn, we should really try this sport. Like it looks so sick, right? You get knees, you get elbows, you get everything, okay? And it's quite brutal. But it literally took us like 1 month before we even went to our first class, okay? And I'm here to tell you, like, a lot of like challenging stuff, especially if you want to try like a combat sport, for example, don't be scared of literally being the worst one there. Like it doesn't actually make sense when you think about it. When you go to school, you everyone is uneducated. No one knows anything, and everyone is just kind of there. Okay, a lot of the times people will literally go for the social aspect. Okay, because like, oh, you know someone there, and they're like, it's just a nice time. Okay, they don't think as much about the physical side. Okay, but then as you actually get better, you can then start thinking about bigger goals, right? Like it makes sense then. Like if you just had, for example, if you had a son, if you just had a son, you wouldn't immediately give him this goal of you need to be Albert Einstein. Okay, like that doesn't make sense. You would tell him like, hey, read some books, all right, educate yourself, and you would teach them how to be like a good person, and then they would eventually come to that kind of conclusion where, oh, I want this big goal. Okay, because that's what you would want as like a father, right? It's the same idea when you're chasing any kind of hard like hobby, I guess. Okay, hard hobbies such as like if you were into writing, for example, okay, and you wanted to write a book, like that seems really difficult, especially if you haven't ever even written a chapter before. But could you write like a short story? Could you write literally 200 words? Could you even write like a poem? Because if you can do that, then you can start building yourself up. Okay, like if you start a hobby, you don't have to necessarily think, oh, okay, I need to write a book immediately. Okay, you can be inspired by people. You can take inspiration. Okay, but you don't have to immediately jump into the deep end, right? Like I can't swim, right? But I wouldn't want someone to literally chuck me into the deep waters because I would most likely drown. Like this is just the truth, right? Like there was one time this is me yapping, but like I think I was on this like inflatable, I guess, bouncy castle on water, right? And basically you fell in, it was like deep water, so you had to like know how to swim. And I thought to myself, okay, I must get through this entire castle, and if I don't, I will literally drown and die. Okay? Got halfway through, slipped, fell into the water, and I thought I was a good swimmer to the point where like I couldn't tread water, meaning like if I was in the if I was in deep water, I couldn't get out. But I was able to recover enough to be able to start kind of swimming, but not treading. And apparently, it was so bad that I looked like I was like the lifeguard needed to throw me like a ring, okay, to be able to get me out of the water. Don't do that, okay? Work yourself up towards these kind of things, okay? I would highly recommend if you're looking for like a certain hard pursuit, okay? I would even just look into Muay Thai. Like it's such a difficult but it's such a rewarding sport. The community is incredibly like they're incredibly humbling. They're so nice. They're super nice. Like I've trained with some fighters who would literally like who could fold me up basically, but still they are the nicest. Like the most, I guess, capable fighters. They're like teddy bears. I promise you. And the people who are the least capable are literally the ones that have like the biggest egos, thinking like, oh yeah, I could beat you up. Like people who know how to fight won't actually say that kind of thing to you. Okay, that's just how it is in combat sports, but especially in Muay Thai. That's why I'm saying for you to like try it. Like the whole point of this channel is basically to get you to start your very first class at least, and then stick with it for like 6 months. Okay, because personally for me it literally changed my life. It is an incredible sport. It's like if you think you never want to do a fight, you don't have to do a fight. Okay, like honestly, even doing it for the self-defense aspect, that's great. It teaches you like great balance, and it teaches you as well like even if Like you will get sometimes like in the gym, there will be someone who is like 40 years old, he's out of shape, he's a dad, and he will still pack you up because he is like you don't think much of him until he starts literally dragging your head down and he shows he can knee you in the skull, all right? And you realize, oh shit, like I could literally I could die, all right? And that's someone that very clearly has a physical disadvantage against you and you would still lose, okay? It's a great sport. Give it a try. It's so, so, so worth it to the point where I literally have this channel to make you start your first class. Like, literally, just search up onto Google, you know, Muay Thai gym near me, okay? First class will literally be free as well. And it's great. It's awesome, okay? Just give it a try. Honestly, that like literally just give it a try. Even if you don't want to try Muay Thai and there's a specific hard goal that you want to go for, just break it down into little steps. You don't have to just like Van Gogh's first painting. I think was it Van Gogh? Basically, his painting wasn't like what was it, the Mona Lisa? Was that Picasso? I think it was the Mona Lisa, right? Like he didn't go straight to that. He worked his way up. Okay, so start small. You know, if you want to eventually fight, don't just go in there thinking I'm gonna fight people. Right? Literally go in to your first class, learn the forms, learn the fundamentals. Go for 6 months. Okay, and at that 6 month mark, like let's say you've been going, twice a week or something, at that 6 month mark, ask yourself then, do you still want to fight? Is this something that you would enjoy? Okay, because I promise you, at the 6 month mark, you will know then like, okay, this is really not for me. I really don't enjoy it. Like if you genuinely don't enjoy it, okay, like let's say coaching has been amazing, the community has been really amazing, like the fighters there, everyone's been amazing, but you still don't enjoy it, then you can give up, okay? Because that's a worthy time then. Like you would have had a very good understanding of the sport as well, to understand like, oh, it's not just me, it's literally just I don't enjoy the sport. Like a few years ago I used to like skateboard. I wasn't any good at it, but I stuck with it for literally like a year just to figure out, is it just, do I dislike this sport, or am I just, is it me just not being good? And honestly, I don't think I just enjoyed the sport. Like even when I got the trick, like I didn't really enjoy it. Okay, it's one of those things, like just stick with it, because sometimes like literally the first year, it can literally be the first year of training, especially a combat sport, sucks. And this is the truth for like even learning instrument, writing, okay? The first year will literally feel like you're not learning that much. The learning curve goes up because there's so much to learn, okay? But then it really weans off. Okay, you're getting maybe like 10-15% better every year. Almost like bodybuilding, okay? Like you get the most muscle that you'll get in the first 6 to 12 months, and then you get maybe 30% bigger the next year, and then maybe only 15% bigger after that, and then every year after that is like you can only get 5% more muscle like every year, and it's like minuscule, right? It's one of those things, okay? Everything kind of weans off, but first 6 months, especially with Muay Thai, just give it a try. It's so worth it. If you want more videos of me basically getting you to start Muay Thai, you can watch more. If you want, you can subscribe. Yeah, bye.